What's up, everybody? How's it going? Captain Foley back with you again today to talk about Ahsoka. This is part 7, Dreams and Madness. Whoa. All right, let me just pull up the live here. Pull up the live here. Pull up the live here. Where the hell is it? Let's see. There we go. Just shut it over. Trekyards. The pug hair. Hi, Pughouse. I don't want to play right now. I got to do things. Yeah, I don't want to play. How is everybody? Hope you're well. All right, we're here today to talk about Ahsoka, Part 7, otherwise known as Dreams and Madness. So, Trekyard is here, Eric Sween is here, Little King is here. Yo! Shouldn't you be sleeping, Ryan? It's all good. Kung FR Cooler. Good to see you. Ozzy. There aren't the pugs and Dot. These aren't the pugs and Dot you're looking for. Sadly, they are, though. Eric Martin says, I'm here. It's a little vague, isn't it? Hit the like button, everybody. The Ghost of Q's left eyebrow. Hey, Cap. I'm honestly loving Ahsoka so far. I mean, so far, there's only one episode left. One more episode and we're done. What? Balin, what's going on with him? I love that he kind of let his Padawan kind of leave. One last lesson, don't you know? That was pretty great. And I'm really concerned about what they're doing with his character because the actor's dead, which is sad in and of itself. But I'm kind of hoping that he gets a good send-off. But anyway, BJ says, I agree about the shot Trek. It was disgustingly awful. The hologram one was okay. Hologram one was the best one, but we're not here today to talk about that right now, even though I have a thing to tell you people, but I'll wait till there's more people here. Ozzy says, looks Return of the Princess last episode. Looks Return of Princess Leia last episode. Oh, you think Princess Leia will be in the last episode? Could be. Eric Martin, so I like some of the scenes, but I thought they would move the story along more given how few episodes we have left. I totally agree, Eric. After watching it, I was like, that's it? The story this week feels very hollow. But as I was speaking with Ryan, Little King in the chat there, he said, trust Filoni, it is a setup to a good payoff, which absolutely it will be, but it just didn't seem like there was a lot in this episode. I feel bad for the Purgles, the space whales, for having to run into the minefield. But yeah, I mean, Ezra not wanting his lightsaber back, and not even taking a blaster, saying, you know, the Force is my ally. It's like, oh boy. I mean, he's been doing it for 11 years now without that kind of stuff, I guess. So that's fine. Although he did pick up a stormtrooper blaster and start blasting. Now, are those stormtroopers, which are the night troopers, are they actually undead? Didn't seem like it in this episode. I expected one of them to get shot and the helmet come off and like the dust or something. And they don't seem to have like those bindings don't seem to be magical or mystical at all because they basically died like little bitches, all of them. One shot to their armor and they're dead. I never understood that. They go on in some of the Star Wars books, reference manuals, to talk about the plastic, whatever kind of armor that those suits are made of and how effective it is. But one shot to the armor kills the person inside. What? Every time. It's just. Anyway. BJ says, I can't spell. Ahsoka was great. Seemed a little underwhelming at first, but second watch was rewarding. Love Thrawn. My favorite line out of this whole episode was Hu Yang, or whatever the hell the robot's name is. I can never say it properly. Where he's like, oh, looks like they're all back together. Hopefully I can live long enough to see how that turns out. That was great. I thought that was funny. General Grievous says, watching him stop the lightsaber with the Force was interesting. Yeah. Like, and then like, you even saw like where his hands were from the Force projection. There was like blowback from the lightsaber. Like you could see the plasma or whatever, like shooting back. It's interesting. BJ says this did entirely seem like a connecting episode, moving the plot along, putting the players in their places, all for the big episode next week. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys that we're gonna have a massive cliffhanger next week, with probably the Star Destroyer getting to our Star Wars galaxy, or at least jumping there. It's gonna be a massive cliffhanger though, so be prepared. There's not enough time. I really expected them to move things along faster in this episode. It felt kind of almost like a filler episode, and like one that you'd see like episode 2 or 3. But episode 7, it was like, sure, we got the reunion of Ahsoka with Ezra and Sabine, but it's like you got one episode left, guys. Wow. Ghost of Q's left eyebrow says, that's the only thing I don't like about the new Star Wars shows. The episodes range between 37 to 50 minutes, which is way, way too short for a streaming show. You say that, but the new Star Treks do the same thing. Strange New World is pretty good with the timings, but Picard seasons 1 and 2, and to some degree season 3, were the same thing. Some episodes were like 35 minutes or 37 minutes. You're like, the fuck is that? Like, add more so that we get a full, like, at least 42 minutes of an episode. But yeah, a lot of streaming shows kind of do that now, unfortunately. Some streaming shows are an hour and 7 minutes long, and that's what I would like from Star Trek and Star Wars. But regardless, here we are. Ozzy says night troopers kept missing the target. But like a poor marksman, you keep missing the target. Eric Martin says, I can't believe the main sister is that actress from the last seasons of SG-1. Yeah, Vala. I don't remember the actress's name, but she's in Farscape and she's in SG-1 as Vala. And now that I know it's Vala, it definitely sounds and looks like Vala. So I wouldn't have necessarily known that, but somebody had shared a thing going, did you know this? And I'm like, no, but now I do. And that was after last week's episode. BJ said, I agree about the troopers didn't seem undead till they died in fight. Claudia Black, thank you, that's her name. Thank you. General Grievous says, I don't think the troopers are dead. It may be that the Night Sister magic used on them maybe enhances brainwashing to make them more fanatical and easier for him to control after all these years. Plus, you got to think there might have been an uprising or some kind of mutiny almost, because they were trapped in another goddamn galaxy for 11 years. As members of like a military, you'd be pretty pissed at your general, or Grand Admiral in this case, if something like that happened. And yeah, you could, as Thrawn, he would have been able to maintain control for a little while. But I think after they realized that they were not getting home, there would have been a lot of dissension among the ranks and some problems. That's why I want to find out the backstory for Enoch. Like, was he one that led it? Is he from this planet? Is he something different? I don't know, but I'm interested to find that out. So maybe it could be just in, that those bindings are actually enhancing their brainwashing or their loyalty, if you will. Speaking of guys, you guys are loyal to me. I hope, I pray. 20 of you here and only 9 likes. That's not even 50%, man. Hit the like button. All right. Lil King, that's Ryan, says, I was slightly underwhelmed with Ezra's force fighting. I was expecting him to be more hard hitting, but maybe he's been with these peaceful people so long he's learned to pull his punches as much as possible. Yeah, I was kind of underwhelmed with that also, and the fact that he got like totally like force slapped by I can never remember the other chick's name, the young Padawan lady. He got totally force slapped by her into a bus or a tank or a camper or an RV, whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, I didn't expect that necessarily. Like, sure, she's strong in the force. I get that, but still. I mean, you play any game, and if it's another force user and you go to do a force push, they can usually, like, stop it completely, like Vader can, or they can, like, minimize the effects. I guess he maybe didn't see it coming, but he knew that she was a force user because he did ask, does she have a lightsaber? Yes. Okay. Now I know what I'm dealing with. So, BJ said Thrawn will get away. Balon will unrelease something big and terrible. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe. General Grievous, holy heck. That was Claudia Black? Yeah, the lead Night Sister, Claudia Black. BJ said this might be the first cliffhanger in Star Wars so far, I think. Are you okay, BJ? You did see Empire Strikes Back, right? Not the first cliffhanger in Star Wars. Disney Star Wars? Maybe? Not really. I guess The Mandalorian might have had one or two. Yeah, not the first, by any means, unless you're being facetious. Ozzy says, long live C-3PO. Yes! When I first heard 3PO, his voice, I was like, oh my god, seriously? What is up with Anthony Daniels, though? I know he's old, but did you see how 3PO was standing? He's always like, can't you fucking stand upright, man? I understand the suit might be a little uncomfortable, but we've seen C-3PO stand upright before, but he was like doing the whole lean back thing the whole time. Anyway. Eric Martin, when Thrawn found out Ahsoka's master was Anakin, that was the first time I've seen a reaction out of him, as he seemed very concerned. He did seem concerned at first, yes, and then it turns to, okay, now I know what I'm dealing with. She's going to be headstrong and unpredictable. Awesome. Yeah. General Grievous, hit the like button or I will bite you. Oh, wow. I do admit that the training hologram of Anakin was a nice touch. We see a box full of them. She did make a point of saying that was the last one he made, but seeing that and having more Anakin was kind of cool. And I'm wondering if that's like foreshadowing of one of the messages in that box is going to reveal some kind of advice or information that will help Ahsoka out in a time of need. Might be the next episode, it might be next season. But to know that there's a bunch of data discs that have hologram recordings of Anakin makes me happy. So that was a nice touch, I gotta say. Eric Martin says, poor Shin looked shocked that Balin was cutting her loose. Shin, that's her name. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. I was shocked as well. It's like, your training's over. One last lesson, though. It's like, oh, okay. That was the lesson. I have it written down downstairs, unfortunately. Being impatient to victory will, yeah, being impatient for victory will guarantee defeat. Great advice. Great advice. Eric Martin, do a poll. Is the senator an Empire plant or just an a-hole? Just an a-hole. And I can't do polls on these when I'm using the mobile device. So I can't do a poll. General Grievous, I'm not impressed with the fight choreography. So far, the fight scenes were a bit mindling, and the saber scenes were clunky. This is apparently their first time behind the camera instead of doing stunts. See, okay, the only thing that, yeah, I've kind of noticed that throughout Ahsoka and even Obi-Wan to some degree that the choreography is not quite there. That being said, when they were in the World Between Worlds and Anakin was doing his thing, Hayden Christensen still has it, so that was awesome. That sword fight or that lightsaber fight was good. But what was the point I was getting to there? Oh, the one thing that I wondered is Ahsoka's like robes. You realize that a lightsaber can like cut through anything. She's like swinging her lightsabers around, not slicing her cloak at all, and it's like waving. Usually, and this is what she did on the planet before they left. She drops the cloak before she fights. This one, she went right into it, and it's like, how are you not slicing pieces off of your uniform? I don't care how good you are as a sword fighter or as a lightsaber wielder or as just using the Force. You're going to be slicing pieces off when you're doing that kind of shit. Just saying. Unless it's lightsaber resistant fabric. That's just stupid. Lil King says that senator is just an a-hole. He's the father of one of the main characters in the Rebellion show. Oh, is he really? I didn't know that. Yeah, poor whales. I agree, Ozzy. At least they didn't die. I mean, they're used to flying through space. There's a lot more dangerous things in space than just like an explosive mine. So, and by the way, how did they get such an extensive minefield from the ring ship? You know, usually they have mine layers, like ships dedicated to laying mines. Especially, did you see the rows of them? There were so many. How did they get those deployed in the time that they had? Not only the time they had, but in such wide coverage. Oh, resistance, not rebellion. My bad. No problem. No problem, Ryan. But how did they get such a minefield laid out without a mine layer ship? Like, and where are all the mines? Were all the mines stored on the ring ship? I understand the ring ship's big, but at the same time, it's not big. There's not a lot of internal volume going on. So, General Grievous, there is a definite difference between Star Wars saber scenes with Nick Gillard, who did the saber choreography in the prequels and is a swordsman. Yes, absolutely. Are the lightsaber battles a little too extravagant and a little too elaborate? Yes, but they look fucking phenomenal. Speaking of, I'll have to show you guys my lightsaber. I'll just go grab it right now before I forget. I got a new lightsaber at London Comic-Con. So it's a color changing one. Let's go with, come on, pick a good color. We'll talk about lightsaber. We'll go with red. Well, it's kind of more of a pink now, but anyway, yeah. From TVX Sabers. Dun, 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 dun. It's one of their new designs. Atlanta Comic Con. I think it's very nice. All right, sorry. Yeah, I mean and that's the point of the prequels, is to have more elaborate saber fights. It's kind of like they spent more time training and stuff back in the day than they did later. Like Luke learned the basics. Sure, he learned more after the fact, but anyway. BJ says, on Disney streaming, Mando had no cliffhanger. Bad Batch maybe last season was a bit of a cliffhanger, like Empire Strikes Back, but not cliffhanger like TNG, the best of both worlds. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Fine. Mando had no cliffhanger. Anyway. General Grievous, why not both? He actually appears in the Star Wars cartoon Resistance. Nice. Sturm Von Ulk says Beskar cloak. Beskar fiber. Sure. We'll buy it. I know. General Grievous, it was possible to weave a material into clothes in Star Wars called cortosis that was lightsaber resistant and could short out a lightsaber in the Legends. Ooh. Very interesting. Sturm Von Ulk used the Defiant to lay self-replicating mines. That's exactly what Sylvia said to me when she saw the minefield. She's like, but are they self-replicating? It's like, no, they are not. BJ says, to me, a cliffhanger is when the episode ends with heroes in immediate grave danger, middle of a battle they are losing, like the last episode of Strange New Worlds. Well, yes, that's clearly a cliffhanger, but there are other versions of cliffhangers. Like if you see like not a Republic, like one of the new Republic cruisers just at the end of this next episode, just cruising along, and all of a sudden, thump, the big ring ship with the Thrawn Star Destroyer in the middle comes out of hyperspace and just like powers up its weapons. That's no heroes are in danger necessarily, but that's a cliffhanger. Just them jumping to back to the Star Wars galaxy is a cliffhanger. It's like, holy shit, what's going to happen? It's still a cliffhanger. But I see what you're saying. You're wrong, but I see what you're saying. Eric Martin, the chase through the bones gave me Empire Strikes Back vibes. Yeah, they recycle a lot of tropes in Star Wars in general. So yes. General Grievous, Captain, remember to tag the stream M for mature before you whip out your lightsaber. Don't worry, it's yeah. I don't even have a comeback for that one. Little King says to General Grievous, I would love to have them bring cortosis into canon as only found in this other galaxy. That would be cool. Eric Martin says, I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. You wish. I mean, I wish. I mean, mine's bigger than yours. BJ says, I liked the minefield. It was like brilliant pebbles of strategic defense initiative of Star Wars of the Reagan administration. Swarms of mini satellites would take out Soviet ICBMs. Yeah, I love the idea of a minefield too, but you need specific mine layer ships for that. Even in the real world and in Star Wars, I'm sure. There's no way that ring ship could have laid that minefield. Is all I'm saying. Now, if they were self-replicating mines like in DS9, sure. But for them to store all those mines with that much foresight to go, we're going to need fucking mines. Let's load up one of the cargo bays full of mines. Don't buy it. Don't buy it for a second. General Grievous says, I will add your lightsaber to my collection. I dare you, sir. Come at me. BJ says, which that disco in season 2 would have swarming mines instead of Looney Tune buzzsaws in space for the Section 31 space station. You said a thing. Yes. Ozzy says, may the Schwartz be with ya. General Grievous, Thrawn kidnapped Rom in the new galaxy to design the minefield. We don't know that yet, though. Ozzy says, great cliffhanger is who shot J.R. Ewing. Yeah. BJ said, I do think Ahsoka will end in a big cliffhanger with season plots unresolved, heroes in grave danger, unlike Mando season 1 and 2, 2.5, Boba Fett, and season 3. Gotcha. Stern Von Alk, I would have liked to see the whole message from Senator Leia. Yeah, I would have too. As Ozzy said, it might be possible that she's going to make an appearance in the last episode. Are they going to do that for Carrie Fisher again? They did it for Rise of Skywalker. Who knows? I wouldn't be opposed to the idea, as long as it's done well, again. But seeing C-3PO was great. Having Anthony Daniels back for that was awesome. I love when the guy's like, how can we take the word of this of a droid? And Chopper's like, he had to be held back. No, don't kill him. It was pretty great. Kung are cooler. I gotta say, even though I'm watching the new Star Wars Ahsoka, I find myself enjoying some of the new Star Trek shows more, and lately some of the fan-made Trek stuff has been pretty fun and amazing to watch. There's a lot of good new Trek fan film stuff out there from Sam's Trek Shorts. That's what they're called, Trek Shorts. The official ones are Short Treks. His is Trek Shorts. To the Avalon universe, to Farragut Forward, to Dominion. There's a bunch of really great Star Trek fan film stuff right now. So, BJ says they could use shuttles from a big ring ship to lay mines. The Star Destroyer likely had the mines, and they seem to know where the whale will jump in orbit from hyperspace. Sure. I would buy that the Star Destroyer had a bunch of mines. But how are you getting them up there? You didn't see shuttles leaving all the time. Plus, they're filling one of the hangar bays with the stuff from the catacombs. So we see that process. If we had seen ships regularly, like, heading up there, like when you see the Star Destroyer dock, you see, like, like you see the odd ship going in and maybe coming back. Sure, I would buy that. You make a good point that the mines are probably on the Star Destroyer. So I like that thinking. But if you looked at the minefield, it was like quite expansive to the point where it would have to almost encircle the entire planet, because otherwise space is 3D. You just go up and around the mines. If I know it'd take a lot longer, I get that, whatever. And the whales, of course, wouldn't know. They would just come right into it. They'd start exploding, and the whales just noped out of the situation. That's fine too. But anyway, moving on. The mines are the least of my problems. Actually, no, the mines are the biggest problem in this episode. So, BJ said Leia hologram would have been great. Yes. Eric Martin, I like how Ahsoka stole his wolf. Stole whose wolf? And if you mean the Howler, it wasn't Ahsoka, it was Sabine that really, oh, she didn't really steal it. It was given to her and became friends with her, and now it's with the little crab people. And it's I like it. It's a nice little dog thing. Little King, I loved how quickly she stole his wolf. LOL. Whose wolf got stolen? Oh, yeah, she stole, yeah, Ahsoka stole Balin's wolf. Yes, yeah. Gotcha. Now I'm on board. Yes, absolutely. She was like, yoink. And it was like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with this. General Grievous. But those were hundreds of mines. Also, how would they know they needed mines? When did they start making them? Well, like he points out, I mean, it makes sense for the Star Destroyer to be equipped with a large contingency of mines. So, um, Stern Von Ulk, most intrigued by Balin. Sad that his character will have limited future development without some movie magic. The actor did a wonderful job. Yeah, every time that's brought up, it makes me sad. Every time I see him on screen, it makes me sad. He never got the chance to like see these episodes released and have people really appreciate him for the role, and won't be able to go to conventions and all that stuff. So I do feel very bad about the situation, and hopefully the character gets a good send-off, a good proper send-off. Hopefully there's contingency plans that they could come up with to explain what happens to his character, or who knows what's going to happen with that. But BJ says, I think it would be great if Thrawn and Morgan jump back to the main galaxy while Faith of the Heart plays. It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally here. I will seem... No, sorry. BJ says, it's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally near. Yeah, I started singing it before I even read that comment. So, General Grievous, we also see no limb loss whatsoever in the fight scenes. This is actually a decision from Disney higher-ups since they took over not to allow any amputations in movies, TV, or games to be family-friendly. Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously? But a lightsaber being thrust through someone's chest is acceptable? Have they even watched Star Wars? You know how many amputations and whatnot occur? Like, not just amputations of like hands and arms, but fucking legs, like at the waist. Fuck Disney for that. General Grievous, I'm not a fan of the extreme gore, but Disney has taken it a bit far with what they allow. So when someone gets injured, it doesn't feel like there are stakes. Yeah. Ozzy says, second mine to the right, doing more mine maneuver. I thought you were going to say second mine to the right and straight on till the destruction. Okay. Lil King says, the mine was just a way for them attacking the whales without killing them. We saw them fire at Ahsoka. They could have just fired on the whales, but then a bunch would have died. Viewers would be sad. Yeah. Enough said about that, I guess. Kung FR Cooler. Cooler. Okay. Interesting name. Anyway, says, on a little Star Trek note, did you happen to catch the first part of the Battle of the Wolf 359 by JTFX? It was really well done and incredible to watch. It was really good. I can't wait for part 2. I just hate that Admiral Hansen, is that his name? In his scenes, he's like, fucking move him, shake him, like, have some, like, animated... Other than that, they were fantastic. Sturm von Ulk, the mine situation will likely serve to limit using the Purgles to get back. Yeah, they're going to have to get on board the Star Destroyer or something to get back. Eric Martin, when Ahsoka said to Shin, I can help you, Shin really looked confused. Yeah. It makes me wonder, though, if Shin, the character of Shin, is going to switch sides at some point and maybe become a new Padawan for Ahsoka. Could you imagine her kind of reeling in like a dark Jedi or one that's been trained like that with that kind of headstrong attitude? That'd be kind of cool. Don't know what Sabine would do. Sabine would kind of feel left out, but hey, who gives a shit? General Grievous, I personally think some of the turtle snails needed to die. Not because I want killing.
Power off.
Yes, power off. Not because I want killing for the heck of it, but because it just happens in a fight like that. There's no way everyone survives. Yeah, the turtle snails. They are like turtles, but they're more like crabs than snails with their little eye stalks and their little clawed hands. They're so cute though. I like them. But yes, you need at least one of them to die. Sternbon Shin seems very empty, kind of like Dark Side Ray. Yeah, absolutely. She definitely does feel like that. And she feels even more alone because Balin's cut her loose essentially, wanted her to go deal with this by herself, and he wasn't going to help. It felt like an ending for them. He even said, your ambitions are leading you somewhere. I'm on a totally different path. So you go be a part of the new empire that's going to be formed when they get back. I got other shit to do here on this planet. Secret, mystical shit that I'm not going to tell you about. So yeah, she does seem very lost, and it's kind of sad. But, you make your choices. Oh, excuse me. Nobody yawn. It is contagious, but I don't want to be responsible for making anybody yawn. If anybody yawns, let me know. Eric Martin, maybe Ahsoka ship can hitch a ride behind the bridge of the Star Destroyer like the Falcon did. They might pull something like that, yeah. Power on. General Grievous, I did, however, like the way Ahsoka was so powerful she just manhandled Shin, trolling her with the Force. It was a call out to the time Yoda stopped Ventress in the Clone Wars just with the Force alone. Yeah. Ezra Bridger choosing not to use any weapons was interesting to me. I don't know why he would do that necessarily. The whole thing with the lightsaber, no, I gave it to you, it's yours, keep it. Seemed kind of childish and silly, but it was also kind of awesome at the same time. So it gave me, all I kept thinking was, I'm one with the Force is with me from Rogue One. I like that guy. I can't remember his name either. But that's kind of the vibe I got from that. Plus, he's been there for 11 years. He hasn't needed a lightsaber. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but his chainmail is actually made from Stormtrooper dog tags. That's something I learned from like Screen Crush or something. And I thought that was quite interesting. Like he's seen some shit in his 11 years. So Stern Von Ulk says Ezra seems to have become more centered in the Force and could serve as a good master to Shin. Ooh, that's an interesting take. Or maybe even Sabine. Give Shin to Ahsoka and give Sabine to Ezra. Because reasons. Little King says, everyone calling them turtles is driving me crazy. They are so clearly supposed to be like hermit crabs. Yes, they are supposed to be like hermit crabs, but you can't help but notice when they're walking away from you, they look like turtles from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Those shells, man, those shells. Because they're not pointed shells or oddly shaped, they're kind of round and smooth. That's why people are calling them turtles. I even thought the same thing the first time I saw them, so there's that. But what I call them, teenage alien crab. No. Teenage alien pacifist crabs. I forget. I kind of funny song that I did at one point. Anyway, General Grievous, I just hope that Ezra's saying I'm finally going home is Hu Yang saying hopefully I survive. This isn't foreshadowing. Both of them are dying. Better not be. I don't want to lose either one of them. Eric Martin says, I love turtles. I love turtles. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm so sorry for your ignorance. Must be painful. But no, I felt this episode, although good and action-packed, felt hollow and empty by the end of it. It was like nothing fucking happened. I literally, it ended, and I'm like, it's only been like 20 goddamn minutes. What's happened? Oh no, it's been like 42 minutes. What? Something about it just felt off pacing wise, I guess. Um, and even, I think it's just because we're getting near the end of the season. Like, there's only one episode left, so I assume that more would happen. Like, that at least jump back in this episode. It just seems like they're still going to be on this goddamn Forsaken planet all next episode, and it's going to end with the Star Destroyer and the ring ship jumping back. How Ahsoka's getting back, I don't know, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, and I'm not happy about this. One bit, just not happy. General Grievous says, just for you, little king, I'll call them turtles. Good, good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you. General Grievous is fucking with you, Ryan. Don't fall for it, man. Don't fall for it. Sturm von Alk. Oh, by the way, before I jump into that one, General Grievous, you got to be careful because Little King will be joining me after the finale. I'll be like right here. And he can like slap you down. Just saying. Just saying. Watch yourself. Sturm von Alk, I think Ezra's peace would be a good counter to Shin, whereas Ahsoka has embraced her warrior side. Ah, yes. Ezra's peace would be a good counter to Shin. Well, I like the thinking there. Yes, that's actually really good. Little King says, also, last thing, then no more comments, or no more complaints. Well, every time, everyone mispronouncing and misspelling Balin's name really bugs me. It's pronounced like Balin, not Balon. That's Balin, not Balon. Yeah. Yes. To Little King you listen. Sturm von Alk, Throne. He was thrown, don't you know? Thrawn was well played, especially demonstrating his qualities as a strategist. Yes. I'm glad it's the original voice actor. A lot of people have made comments about his size. Like, oh, he's eating well over there. And, you know, people get older, people get bigger. People need to shut the fuck up. I'm not small. The fact that it's the original voice actor and that, yeah, I think he's doing a great job as Thrawn. When I first saw him, I was a little bit like underwhelmed, like, oh, that's Thrawn. But now I'm like, yeah, I'm totally on board with it. So, General Grievous, I like how Ahsoka feels more like her old joking self after her encounter with Anakin in the World Between Worlds. The way she was messing with Hu Yang at the beginning brought back good memories. Yes. If only you had said something. I did say something. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Eric Martin, all my misspelling as my stupid phone's autocorrect going nuts. When phones are new, it works well, and then they get older, it gets worse. Yep, everybody blames the phone for their misspellings. It's fine. 43 minutes in. Nobody's super chatted yet. I will be doing super chat shots if anybody's interested. $20 shots would be awesome. If not, that's cool too. But just giving you guys a reminder. You can super chat. I don't want to be one of those people that just talks and doesn't acknowledge any of your goddamn comments unless you super chat. But especially for these late night lives, I do read everybody's comments, so people don't feel the need to super chat. But it does help out. So if you can, please do. If not, that's also very cool. I'm just giving you the reminder right now. To which BJ throws in $1. Amazing, sir. Thank you so much. That actually, those add up pretty quick and they make a big difference. They also help the analytics of the videos and the channel because they show engagement, monetary engagement, which Google loves because they get a cut of it. And it also helps the videos analytics and pushes it further in the algorithm. So if you guys can help us in that way, cool. Little King. He's supposed to be in his 70s by now, I think. Him getting a little pudgy over the decade span is fine with me, even though he's supposed to be a gym rat. Well, he's had other shit on his mind these last few years. So I think you get the Night Sisters to just, suck out the fat or something. He's got a good deal with those Night Sisters. They can pull some magic. I'd be taking advantage of that shit. General Grievous, autocorrect is my excuse, Eric. Find your own. Yeah, Eric. General Grievous, so Thrawn put on some COVID pounds. Then again, we all did. It's true. BJ said, hot dog money for a trip to Toronto. Ooh, that leads into the thing I wanted to talk about at the beginning of this. Eric Martin, a member for 11 months at the rank of captain, says, all hail the analytics. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, as I was going to say, I have a surprise for everybody. Most of you probably don't give a shit, but I'm excited about it. Sylvia and myself are going to be taking a trip to LA the end of October, October 24th to the 28th. We're going to go to Disneyland, go to Galaxy's Edge, and we're also going to Universal Theme Park. I'm going to meet up with Matt Boardman. I'm going to meet up with Aaron Waldke. Matt Boardman's, of course, one of our moderators and also a special effects guy. He worked on Top Gun Maverick. He's done a lot of work on a lot of things. Aaron Waldke is the lead writer for Picard, or not for Picard, for Prodigy, and wrote the two best episodes of Prodigy Season 1, which was Kobayashi Maru and All the World's a Stage. Great guy. He's going to meet up with him. And as well as Doug Drexler, meeting up with him as well. And the Admiral is joining me. Sylvia is going to be going on this trip with me. It's a holiday, a vacation for us. We're going to have a good time. Just wanted to let you guys know that. And we're going to do a live at some point this weekend, probably talking about it. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And I'm looking forward to it. So Galaxy's Edge, all the way. I get to go. I'll have lives and videos and pictures and all that from that event at some point. It'll be much after Ahsoka, though. Like I said, it's the end of October. So just wanted to let you guys know. Don't know if you care, but I'm going to keep you up to date. I'm super excited about it. So is Sylvia. We just kind of decided we're going to do it. And I'll do the build your own lightsaber thing probably and build a droid and stuff like that. So yeah, super stoked about it. And nobody cares. That's cool. General Grievous, in the Legends EU, Chiss lifespan was elderly once they reached their 70s. So if it's true in the new canon, he's not doing bad. Yeah. LA is Picard season 2. Yeah. Anniversary trip. I mean, kind of. It was our 10-year anniversary this year in August. So yeah, we're kind of considering it as an anniversary trip, Ozzy. Stern Von Alk, member for 36 months at the rank of ensign, says analytics are the devil. This is indeed true, but channels live and die on analytics. So any engagement you guys can do, whether it be super chatting, whether it be liking, whether it be sharing the video, whether it be joining the channel, any of that stuff, all makes a huge difference and pushes us further towards our goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers at some point in our goddamn lifetime. Will that happen? I don't know, but for fuck's sakes. Hold on one second. Anything you guys can do to help would be appreciated. All right. Slaith, the Space Marine, says, sounds fun. Will be. Eric Martin says, Super Chat won't work, just like the stupid spelling. Super Chat's not working. Won't work for BJ. What's your excuse, Eric? Eric Martin, let me restart the phone and send some cash. That'd be cool. You don't have to, but thank you. Rude Chef says, I thought the episode was great. Seems like a big setup for the Dave Filoni movie. Yes, absolutely. Good to see you, sir. Did you go to the RBC Center? Did you find the mats and possibly the sweater I was telling you about? Don Power Ranger is here, and he says, hello. Hope everyone is well. Hope you're well as well, Donnie. Rude Chef says, and they're going to somehow explain somehow Palpatine returned. Yes. Nick T, could Shin become the new Ventress? I mean, Shin can be anything she wants to be, right? That's what they tell people. You can do anything you want to do. Just put your mind to it. So maybe, sure. Rude Chef says, I called them, no call back. I haven't gone yet. Oh, okay. Well, I doubt you'll find them, but still pisses me off, Aaron. Oh, this isn't mine. This must be the person that left here like a couple hours ago and is likely not coming back because everything's closing. I'll just leave this here. What? Take it with you. Call me. Say, I think so-and-so left their sweater there. I grabbed it. Aaron knows what I'm talking about. Frustrating. Eric Martin got Super Chat working with a $10 Super Chat. Thank you. Universal is cool, but the shark still looks fake. LOL. Truth. General Grievous, this is weird. I tried Super Chatting and I got a message that said you already owned this item. Oh no. We'll do what Eric did. Turn off your device and turn it back on again, maybe. I don't know. No, we're looking forward to the trip to LA. We're going to go to the Getty Museum. We're going to go to the Griffith Observatory. We want to go to Vasquez Rocks. Get some pictures with Sylvia at Vasquez Rocks. It'll be fun. And yeah, I'll do a whole captain's log of the trip. Like I'll release it after we get back kind of thing. But I'll probably do some lives from there, especially Galaxy's Edge. I would like to do a live from Galaxy's Edge. But anyway, that's in a month. So, but we've just decided we're going to do it. We bought the tickets. Said screw it. Got the tickets, the hotel, everything set up. Going to be hanging out with my good buddy Matt Boardman for a lot of it. And like I said, with Doug Drexler and Aaron Waltke and Mark Lawrence, who's one of our biggest supporters on here as well. And actually, Mark Lawrence had a good idea. If you guys are in the LA area or from LA and have a season pass to Universal, which a lot of people do, why don't you join us for a Trekyards meet and greet at Universal, a Trekyards meetup? That'd be awesome. We'll pick a time and a place in the park to arrange to meet up, because I'll be with Matt Boardman and Sylvia that day. Mark Lawrence is going to be showing up as well, so it's already kind of a little meetup. So if you're in the area, go for it. General Grievous says, it's a fake. Stern Von Ulk, the stormtroopers getting killed amongst the turtle people kind of shows that they aren't dust zombies. I said the exact same thing earlier in this live. Yes, I would have loved it for them to have been zombies or the undead, but this kind of confirmed that it indeed was not the case. Little King, I think next week we will see some or all of the good guys stranded on Peridia, and we'll be stuck there until the big crossover movie, and they'll show up at the last second and save the day. Very likely, yes. I'm going to be pissed, but very likely. Walter Adrian Moyano, what are these ships and their differences in weapons, technology, etc. from Star Wars ships? Gonzanti class cruiser, Leech vessel, the Vesper arriving at sector G38, VXC 100 Ghost. The Remora heavily modified CSS-1 Carillion Star Shuttle, etc. What are these ships and their differences in weapons, technology, etc. from Star Wars ships? I recognize like some of those names, not all of them, and we're not talking about that specifically today, so I don't know, Walter. Um, I'd have to do some research and look up what the differences in technology and stuff would be for those. You caught me with my pants down. Not literally, but. Eric Martin, classic IT support trope. Did you restart your device? Yes. Ozzy says, are you flying out or driving? Flying, man. My God, man. It's like a 37-hour drive. Yeah, we're flying out. California trip sounds like a good grand time. Indeed, a grand admiral time. Rude Chef says the RBC Center will have them in their lost and found bin. Last year, I returned a power bar that belonged to them that was packed up by the people running the VR for me while it was away. But anyhow, there is a lost and found. I just have to get there. Okay. Henchman 37, Dan says the trip sounds fun. It does. Rude Chef says, oh, nice. I've got friends who went to the Star Wars hotel thingy at Disney. They had a pretty great time. If you mean the Galactic Star Cruiser, that's in Florida, I believe. That's at Disney World? I don't know. This is where I get confused. Disney World's in Florida. Disneyland is in California. I don't know where the Galactic Star Cruiser was, though, but it's been closed anyway. So it did look like an interesting time, but it was way too expensive. Walter goes on to say the USS Enterprise, NCC 1701M. M, the museum ship. That was from Of Gods and Men. Rude Chef, do Trek cosplay while in there, lol. In Galaxy's Edge? Yeah, I probably will. I'm on like my Trekyards with the Trekyards Delta and stuff. I could do that. It's something I would do. JL Young, I wish you were having your vacation in Orlando, Florida. Well, that was the original idea. Then we realized we know so many people in LA. So screw it, we're just gonna go to LA. But yeah, we were originally thinking of going to Galaxy's Edge in Florida, but we don't know many people in Florida, so. Stern Von Alk, you gotta have to rock the Final Frontier bomber jacket. Oh, it'll be too warm for that shit. That would be way too warm. I would love to, but it'd be way too warm. Rude Chef, I think the bad Jedi girl, forget her name, will join Luke's school, but be part of the downfall of Ben. Ooh, she's the bad girl that comes in, and Ben's like, ooh, she's cute. And then she, like, convinces him to sneak out at night and go smoke behind the shed and maybe do some weed. Her name is Shin, by the way, but yeah. That's funny. Stern Von Alk, maybe some secret Jedi temple will be found, and a path to the world between worlds as a gateway back to the Prime Galaxy. I think that's what's going to happen, honestly. I think that's what Balin is looking for, is some kind of... I think he wants a new beginning, he said. So I think there's something on this planet which is actually a gateway to the world between worlds, which he's heard the fairy tales, he's heard the myths, the rumors from the Jedi Temple. So I think that's what he's after, something like that, which, yes, would allow him to get back to the other galaxy, first of all. Second of all, would also allow him to go anytime, so he could restart the Jedi Order and do it to his philosophy, because he's made a point many times that the galaxies, or that the Jedi Order, he likes the idea of it, but in execution it had got so old that they kind of lost their way. So I think that's his plan. That's my theory anyway. But yeah. Matt Boardman. Oh my God, Matt Boardman is here. Yay for Matt Boardman. He says, yay for fun trips. Rude Chef says, yeah, it was the one close to LA they went to. Oh, nice. Okay. General Grievous, Galactic Star Cruiser got shut down at the beginning of the year. It was almost 5K for 2.5 nights for 2 people. They said it in the sequel era too, which also shot themselves in the foot. Yeah, I followed it from the beginning, from the YouTubers that got access and actually saw the interesting story play out. There are quite a few good YouTube videos about the events of the 2 days from different YouTube perspectives, and even people that had gone back a few times. It looked interesting. It would have been really fun. It was a nice idea. It just couldn't last, and it didn't last, which is sad. Little King is actually really like that theory. Luke does say Kylo left with a handful of students and slaughtered the rest. Yeah. And Little King, don't know if you know, but Rude Chef is Aaron. You remember Aaron from London Comic Con. The tall guy whose name you kept forgetting. That's him. So Rude Chef, Little King, you guys know each other. General Grievous also got super chats working with a $2 one. Money for the Puggy. Yes, you have now have Puggy treat money. Thank you, General Grievous. Stern Von Alk. Balin is obviously looking for something he believes is some remnant of really old Jedi Force stuff. Yes, possibly. Or a way, like I said, to change things more to his, which again, I don't know how that story is going to play out. I feel so bad for that actor dying because I really love Balin. I think he's an amazing character, and I really wanted to see more of his journey. Wow. And General Grievous has joined the channel at the rank of Lieutenant. Welcome aboard, Lieutenant General Grievous. Is that like Grand Admiral? It's like Lieutenant General. What? Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining the channel. That makes a big difference as well. And now, sir, your name will be in our fleet videos at the end of all of our edited content. You'll see which Star Trek ship you'll be serving on. And you can join us in the Discord as well. We have a Discord server. So thank you for joining the channel. Much appreciated. Stern Von Ulk says Star Cruiser was too expensive. I think it would have been interesting to just have the rooms without the immersion. Yeah, the rooms, the idea of it being on a Star Cruiser would work. Nix the immersion. Have stormtroopers walking by once in a while. That's all you need to do. There's like a Imperial contingent on this Star Cruiser that you kind of have to avoid or at least be friendly with. But yeah, lose the theatrics and the actors and all that shit. Like they could have made it work. They could have made it work in multiple ways and had like the actual show, like the full immersion, be like a once a month thing, which like a special for special guests that want to pay the money for that. Yeah, there's many ways. I've seen many videos talking about Galactic Star Cruiser and how it could have worked. And yeah, there are a lot of ideas out there for things that would have been epically awesome for them to have done, and they just didn't. So, General Grievous, totally not trying to assassinate Fleetpaw if I get on the same ship. Okay, I'll remember you said that. Little King says, I have some theories as to what Balin is seeking, but really they could go so many directions with it. But they've done such a great job building towards it. I hope it pays off. I don't think it will. I think it's going to end up with him being just stranded there. And Balin died on the way back to his planet, like Poochie. Because, I mean, they got to kill the character, or at least have the character disappear and come back at some other point in a different form. Because I don't want the character recast. I don't want just another guy recast as Balin, which I'm not sure they would do. But at the same time, I think that it's a possibility that they might do that. And that's a little concerning to me. But we'll see how it goes. Ozzy says you can put him on the Cerritos. No, we don't assign people to ships. It's a random thing. Unless they're a captain and they request a certain ship, or an admiral and request a hero ship, which your mom has done. So Maryland is here now. Yay. General Grievous, it was far too campy on Star Cruiser. It felt like 1960s Batman influenced Star Wars on Star Cruiser. Yeah, and there were many ways that they could have fixed it. As I said, I would have loved to have experienced it, but Peter Lukaku, $5. Just jumping in to say hi. Haven't seen Assholka yet, but I'm looking forward to the creator movie. The Filoni movie, yes. Good to see you, Peter. Sturm Von Alk, Balin will be lost in the world between worlds after unlocking the portal. Yeah, there's many things you could do with that character as far as getting rid of the character without getting rid of the character. He disappeared. He's unknown where he went, when he went. Little King says, by payoff, I mean I hope it's something really cool for the die-hard fans like the Mortis God or Bendu or something like that. But I know it's not going to pay off for Balin that much is obvious. I knew what you meant. I know how stoked you get about any kind of lore being brought in. And yeah, I totally am there with you, man. I get it. So yes, something like that would be awesome. But yeah, I didn't think you were meaning about for the character. Sturm Von Alk, I think that would be a great send off to Balin. Yeah. Matt Boardman says humor. It is a difficult concept. It is. Good to see you, Matt. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Chat filter. Why is the chat filter? Ooh, okay, that's a cool feature. Chat filter, all messages. Nice. All right. Eric Martin says, if Assholka, it's Assholka, the porn parody. There will be a porn parody. I'm sure there already has been. But yes, Assholka. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. General Grievous, if they do kill him off, I don't want it to be something stupid like they did with Carrie Fisher, where she lost the will to live like her mother because it was her time to go. Well, she didn't lose the will to live. She was reaching out with the Force was it to help Rey or to, I think to help Rey in her moments facing Palpatine. She also sensed the death of her son, Kylo, or Ben, Ben. Terrence Childs, today the Baltimore Orioles have just won their 100th game. Holy shit, that's awesome. I can't tell you how much I don't care. Not a sports guy, but that's awesome. Good to hear. Sturm Von Alk, I would actually like a slight redemption arc for Balin. I'm right there with you on that one too. Yes. Peter Lukaku, I miss the friggin' late night lives, even though I'm a member. Not tonight, but the random lives. You miss the random lives. There will be more random late night lives. Don't worry. Once new Star Trek is done, once Ahsoka's done, with the actor strike still on, who knows when the fuck we're gonna get new content. So I'll be doing stuff like this, not all the time, but fairly regularly, like at least once or twice a week. So don't worry, I'll be here. If you guys really like hanging out with me, which I don't know why you would, but I really appreciate it, so thank you. But yeah, I will be here to do those kind of things and mix it up, have some fun, do some other stuff, have a guest on. I'd love to have Matt Boardman join me for one of these lives one night where we can discuss various topics. And we want to do a script read of Top Gun at some point. I want to do trivia stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff we have planned that we would like to implement. It's just a matter of getting there and doing it. So keep an eye out. There will be new stuff coming. So he never gets the notice. Oh no. Well, have you clicked the bell notification icon to all? Probably have. Doesn't matter. YouTube sucks. Hold on. I just gotta get this out of my pocket. There we go. Lil King, I think it would be smarter and would have been easier for reshoots after Ray passed for him to get like absorbed into a godlike entity because he's found balance with both sides of the force. I don't know. Sure. I like it. Terrence Childs, if it's not an actor strike, it's the writer's strike. Well, the writer's strike has been finished. They've finished that now, apparently. They've got come to some good, they've got kind of what they wanted, so. Nick T, I feel Balin's journey is set on reaching that force spirit status. Possibly. Eric Martin, I stick around for the lives to go off the rails with food or Cap lifting his shirt. You pervert. Peter the Caco, we love you, Cap. We've stuck around for years because you're the best channel on YouTube. Or on the tube. Thank you. That is such horse shit. We are not anyway the best channel, but thank you. I appreciate you guys. Little King says, like, whatever he's seeking doesn't kill him, it just kind of absorbs him. Or it has him replace it, and it reaches the higher power he was looking for, but doesn't want to use it the same way once he has it. Well, Spock would say, wanting a thing is not so pleasing as having that thing. It is not logical, but it is often true. Shay Locomotive Productions says, Captain, did you watch the newest very short Trek and did you enjoy it? Yes, I did. It was written by Aaron Waldke, who we'll be meeting in LA. Aaron's a good guy, and it was the best of the very short Treks for sure. I really enjoyed it for multiple reasons. We will have a review coming out about it. Do not worry. But yes, out of all of the short Treks thus far, it was the best. And not just because I know the guy that wrote it, but because it was the best. And what a huge middle finger to Paramount, by the way. Oh, we canceled Prodigy, our Emmy Award-winning show that also won an award like a week and a half after we canceled it, as well as the Emmy. But, hey, we're not going to mention it at all on our Star Trek Day that talks about animation in Star Trek. We're celebrating animation in Star Trek and not show one goddamn clip of Prodigy. And then, what a middle finger for Aaron Waldke to put Prodigy in this very short Trek. The man is a genius. General Grievous, I'm hoping I'll be there in October. When you come, I have to go out of town for a work trip, but I'm 20 minutes away from Disney. Ooh, General Grievous is 20 minutes outside of Disney in LA. Well, there you go. Keep an eye on the channel. We'll be doing lives about it. I'll be talking about it to the lead up of it, and I'll be probably doing some lives from LA. So if you have a season's pass to Universal Studios, we might do a Trekyards meetup there. Have some people. I would love to meet you, General Grievous. That'd be awesome. Ozzy says actor strike was supposed to be over. Actor strikes was supposed to be over as yesterday. Supposed to be over as of yesterday. The actor strike, really? Terrence Childs, do senators better get all that ducks in a row? Thrawn is coming. Yeah. Ozzy says, let's do the Foley maneuver. Full nipple power. Walter says, there's a new story in Star Trek Picard about the ship USS Defiant, class NX 74205. Okay. There's a new story in Star Trek Picard. Don't know what you mean, Walter. General Grievous says, I wouldn't mind even if they use a body double and CGI if they don't kill him this season and they have to do it at the start of next season. Yeah, I have no problem with that either, but a lot of people, I think, would have a problem with that. Don Power Ranger says, agreed. Sure, not all fans of all generations of Star Trek love the very short Treks, and that's fine. Sturm Von Alk says, if a character of Balin continues, he'll have to get the Vader treatment and get disfigured enough to leave behind To live behind a mask like other notable Sith characters, I could see him go full Sith Lord. Yeah. Yes. That'd be awesome. I like the mask idea. Matt Boardman. Yep. Eat your heart out, Paramount Plus. Terrence Childs. I really want to see crossover episodes of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. They were great. We've already had crossovers between The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, even in Boba Fett. Stern Von Ulk. Oh my god, very short treks are absolutely horrendous. Nothing redeeming. If they think any of the poop would drive traffic to the animated series or Lordex, they are fracking nuts. Yeah, they're not great, that's for sure. But the last one is pretty funny. It's pretty good. It's a real nod to all of the shows kind of thing. So. Don says, even though I have nothing against those who despise the Walt Disney Company, the Orville, and the High School Musical, the series, are among the things I love best about Disney Plus. I have no problem with Disney, honestly, but Walter says, USS Nog, Eisenberg class, NCC 325070. Yes, from the 32nd century. Not a great ship. I don't like the design. The Eisenberg class. Little King says, I agree, but they have to do it properly. If they go that route, I just really hope Balin gets a good ending his character deserves. His character deserves it, and Ray Stevenson deserves it. He brought so much to his character. Yes. It's going to be sad to see him go. Every time I see him on screen, I am upset that I'm really loving this character. Fantastically well developed and well done character, and it's just the guy died. Like, what the fuck, man? Ugh. Eric Martin. I was seeing rumors that Paramount is trying to decide whether to fund the Legacy series or continue with Strange New Worlds. You've seen rumors. You read like a giant freaking robot article. They're not going to cancel Strange New Worlds to make Legacy. I think that's bullshit. Yes, are they hurting financially? Yeah, probably, because they couldn't. They're not good with money, but I don't think they're going to cancel Strange New Worlds. Which I'm saying this, but my mind is going what? I was just going to say they're not going to cancel Strange New Worlds, which is kind of a hit with people to make Legacy. I mean, sure, Terry Matalas, the Golden Child, he's going to do good with Legacy for sure, but here I am saying that they're not going to get rid of Strange New Worlds because people are liking it, but Prodigy, everybody loved Prodigy that watched it. A lot of people refuse to watch it. It's a kids show. It's not, but okay. So yeah, they might, but I really doubt it. I think that is literally a rumor, and there's no substantiation to it at all. General Grievous gives Paramount Plus 4 cybernetic middle fingers for canceling Prodigy. Oh, General Grievous. I like you. Dreadnought. Sorry, we'll call you Dreadnought. General Dreadnought. Peter Lukaku, how does it work at Paramount? The bean counters look at where they could cut the financial fat. I read that Paramount TV laid off a majority of staff as of late. Cool. That Junkman says, Booger. Good to see Junkman. Sorry you hate Ahsoka. Walter says the Federation in Star Trek Picard could use Empok Nor Station to defend itself. Sure. Stern Von Ulk. Ooh. What if he went full Sith Lord and went back to the Old Republic as Darth Revan or someone similar? Beautiful. Stern Von Ulk. Ray Stevenson is the absolute standout of the entire series. Yes. General Grievous. Ray Stevenson is probably the most compelling Force user in the Disney era. Yes, I would agree with that too. Eric Martin, wait a minute. Stuff they say on social media isn't true? Yeah, newsflash, man. Terrence Childs, when Thrawn starts his march, there will be victims and there will be survivors. That Junkman, Captain Foley is still a captain. He pushed He pushed myself hard to get this far. He sacrificed a lot. He always said he wanted my his command, and yet something holding him back. No, I just take the advice of Kirk. Don't let them promote you. Don't let them do anything that'll get you out of that chair, because while you're there, you can make a difference. I have no desire to be Admiral. JL Young, people love this show. Quick, cancel it. Yes, that's the mentality. Walter, in the games of the Star Wars universe, they say that they resemble the universe of Star Citizen, Starfield, Fallout, Elite Dangerous, Odyssey, No Man's Sky, X Foundation, Everforce, Mass Effect, Spaceborne, etc. Okay. Don says, I agree. Star Trek Legacy won't replace Strange New Worlds at all. That Junkman, I find the Ahsoka show okay. Liked last episode, just don't find her likable. Gotcha. Eric Martin, can't trust those darn bean counters. They ruin everything. I'm a bean flicker myself. Moving on. That Junkman, I deleted that. How is he reading it? The power of captaincy. If I was an admiral, I wouldn't be able to read that. But I'm a captain, you see. Magical powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my captain's rank pin and said, by the power of Starfleet, I am the captain.
Power on.
I'm magic.
Volume low.
Muted. Doom. My new saber. Check it out. It's awesome. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Let me turn this off. If I can. There we go. Little King, I agree, and he is so compelling because using both sides of the Force is so rare, as Yoda explained, is like a drug. Using the dark side once you start, almost nobody can stop you from leaning towards the dark. I admit I would use the dark side. I would lean towards the dark side myself. So, Shay Locomore Productions, great job on the Star Trek universe logos. You should put the very short Trek on your channel as well. If not all versions, keep up the great work. Thank you. Well, you're saying that's Don. Fine. Walter says when they merged Star Trek universe with Orville universe into one. Sure. Little King says he's so interested because he seems so balanced, and we can understand why or how. Also, Ray Stevenson was a fantastic actor, and that really embodied this role and added another layer of intrigue. He was a great actor, yeah. Sturm von Ulk, dang, what if all of the Ahsoka group go through the world between worlds and end up in the Old Republic era or earlier, to include Hayun, who is over 1,000 years old and can guide them through. He's way over 1,000 years old. He's 25,000 years old, Hu Yang. He's 25,000 years. 25,000 years old. Peter Lukaku, you scared my cat, Cap. I'm sorry. That Junkman, that saber upset my dog. I hope you can figure that saber out. The one I got is confusing. Yeah, it's simple. You just have to learn it. I know how to use it. I know how to change the colors. I know how to change the themes, as it were. The sound effects. I know how to change what the button presses do. how to do the volume and how to do everything. You just have, it's not confusing. You just have to figure it out and actually watch. You can watch YouTube videos on it, how to use them. This is a TVX saber, so it might be different from yours, but they're fairly easy to understand. Yeah, the first day I was a little confused because each button press, click, click, click does different stuff. So just got to figure it out. JL Young, the captain is playing with his laser sword again. No, I'm not. You didn't see anything. Terrence Childs, do you have a Padawan lightsaber? No. Walter says, when Captain Packer from Star Trek Strange New World, Captain Paker, who the fuck is that? From Strange New Worlds goes to the commander and remains close to his relatives and leaves the ship Enterprise in command of James T. Kirk from Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I say, boy, what? I'm confused. Eric Martin, 25,000 years old. I bet that droid tells the same stories over and over. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah. 25,000 years old, and he's got 78% of his original parts still. That's pretty goddamn impressive. Walter, Worlds as Captain. Terrence Childs, Alan on Generation Films has the dark saber. Nice. Peter Lukaku, Captain Hewlett Packard. That's funny. That Junkman says, is that your lightsaber, or are you happy to see me? Bit of both with you. Yeah, happy you're here. But yeah, that is my lightsaber. So anyway, yeah, so I enjoyed this episode. I didn't think it was as good as the last episode. It was all right. C-3PO showing up was a nice touch. Really enjoyed that. Like I said, it felt way too short, even though it was like 42 minutes long. The pacing was extreme almost because, like I said, it was over, and I'm looking at my watch going, it's only been 20 minutes. It can't be over right now. Nothing's happened, because literally nothing's happened. They drop out of hyperspace. They find each other. That's it. That's the plot. Nothing happened. Nothing of substance happened in this one. And yes, I know it's a puzzle piece. I know Dave Filoni is really good at laying out these things and having them link together and be perfect. But right now, this one felt like it was missing something. I don't know what. I don't know what it needed, but it wasn't as satisfying as it could have been, I feel. So that's where I stand on it. But seeing C-3PO was fantastic. And I'm just sad there's only one more episode to go. We're going to be left with a cliffhanger. And who the fuck knows when that's going to get resolved. Either with the Filoni movie or the next season of Ahsoka. When's it going to happen? I don't know. We got a writer's strike on. The writer's strike is over now. We got an actor's strike on still. So that Junkman says, tomorrow's my birthday. Can I get a happy birthday shout out? Thanks. Happy birthday, Junkman, from Captain Foley over here on Trekyards. Or we're talking about Star Wars tonight. So Trekyards Universe, formerly known as Fleet Yards. Happy birthday to you, sir. Hope you have a good one. And many more. Hope you have a great day as well. So all the best from Captain Foley and Trekyards. Live long and prosper. May the force be with ya. There you go. You can use it in a birthday compilation video if you want. So everybody wish out happy birthday to the Junkman. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, what's wrong with you? If you enjoy Star Wars stuff and just crazy videos about cool shit, like 70s and 80s toys, go check out the Junkman. He's more 70s toys, honestly. Go check out the Junkman. Subscribe to his channel. You will not be disappointed. Or maybe you will. Doesn't matter. Just go subscribe. Peter Lukaku, $2. Miss Snipes. That's supposed to be Miss Snips or Miss Snipes. Like you miss Super Chat Snipes. Because you're free to Super Chat at any time to be the last Super Chat slot. But yeah, we haven't done a Super Chat Sniper War in a while. General Grievous, fun fact, the Canon Comics made a Doctor Who reference to Hu Yang. His true origins are unknown, and it was rumored that he arrived at the Jedi Temple one day in a large blue box thousands of years ago. No, what happened was Doctor Who had to upload his consciousness into a Cyberman. The Cyberman got like damaged to the point where it was like unrecognizable, and yeah, was found by a Jedi who brought it back to the temple, rebuilt it, and that's the character. Explains David Tennant. Explains the look. He's got kind of a Cyberman look. Little King. It's like poetry, so it all rhymes. Yes. Ozzy, we'll get R2 in the last episode. I would love to see R2. That was the most exciting thing for me, having Luke show up in Mandalorian. Was Luke showed up and I was like, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. Big smile on my face. And then as soon as they pan down and R2's like, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like almost crying. I'm like, no. It was so exciting to have R2 back. R2 is the man. He's the droid. Star Wars is about R2. It's R2's story. I don't care what anybody says. Eric Martin says, got to get some sleep, so good night, Cat. Good night. Thank you for joining me, Eric. A lot of people wishing Junkman a happy birthday. Stern Von Ulk, what if, what if that robot guy, sometimes I can say his name, sometimes I can't, is so damn old because he is caught in an unending loop, going back over and over again through the worlds between worlds. Sure. Walter says, who is droid RD3 in the Ahsoka series? RD3? You mean Chopper? Is that who you're talking about? Shay Locomore Productions, great job on the mighty Captain of Trekyards as well. Thank you. Terrence Childs, Grand Admiral Thrawn will have more enemies than allies because he is dealing with those blasted witches. Witches are bitches. Witch. You spelled witch wrong. You spelled witch as in witch. Not witch as in but which are you talking about? Because the witch you spelled is the witch. Like which witch? You're asking a question. I'm so confused. Peter the Caco, still jealous you guys have a Jersey Mike's in London. Yeah, we do. All right, well, I'm probably going to call it there, guys. Getting a little bit of dry mouth, even though I have a drink here. I've talked about the episode. What more is there to say? It felt like there should have been more to this episode. I felt like there was a large part missing. It's interesting seeing the Star Destroyer schematic, by the way, and having the like coffins or the sarcophagus that they have, and they're almost full. So that was cool to see. But Shayla Moore Productions says Firehouse Subs is better. Well, there's a Firehouse Subs almost directly across the street from our Jersey Mike's, so they're both really good. Little King, I think Thrawn is going to double cross the witches immediately when they get back home, and he'll do it so strategically they can't see it coming with their foresight. Very likely. It could be the case. I don't know. Stern Von Alt, Thrawn is a cranky Andorian who had his antenna removed. Oh, yeah. Don says, I love Jersey Mike's the same way I love Subway. Subway is... Mr. Sub is better than Subway. That's a whole other conversation, which we're not getting into right now because we're closing out. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. It has been fun. It has been a blast. It always is. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hang out with me again tomorrow night, because tomorrow night we got my first reaction to the next episode of Lower Decks, which is out tomorrow. So today was Star Wars. Tomorrow will be Star Trek. This is the circle of life around this house. It is what it is. And it tain't no more. And yes, I said taint. So on that note, I will see you guys later. Have yourselves a good one. It's Captain Foley signing off from a galaxy near to here. Bye, everybody.